Hi everybody, I respect your time. Thank you for tuning in. This is Dr. John Degenhardt. I can't believe I've been a chiropractor now for 45 years. We started doing these TV shows about 35 years ago. I just feel even to this day, people are afraid of chiropractors. So I'm always here to shed some light on what chiropractic is. On today's show, nobody's with me. We're going to talk about car accidents. This past week, we had 2 or 3 mornings where it was very icy, wasn't even salted the one day, many car accidents. It took me an hour to get to work, even though it usually takes 10 minutes. So if ever you've been involved in a car accident, we're going to talk about what you normally do, some suggestions of maybe what you should be doing, and even legally about car insurance. So take a little break, sit down, and let's talk about car accidents and chiropractic care for the next 30 minutes. AAA says that the average American will be in 6 car accidents in their lifetime. In those accidents, they usually get a whiplash injury. So here's what I've seen. Let's say here's what I hear all the time. Doc, I was going down the road. Someone came right through a stop sign on a side street, smashes into the side of me, smashes into the back of me, sometimes even head-on collisions. The average person goes to the hospital, and I think you should. Go make sure there's x-rays taken, make sure there's no brain bleeds, nothing like that. After the hospital, 98% of you will not have any brain bleeds, no fractures. So then they tell you at the hospital, go back to your family doctor. Find your family doctor. You go to him. He will give you pain medication for your headaches, your aches and pains from the car accident. Then he'll refer you to a physical therapist because medical doctors feel that it's mainly muscular, like your muscles have been sprained. Okay, so you get in a car accident. You go to the emergency room. You go to your family doctor. He refers you to physical therapy twice a week, 2, 3, 4 months. Guess what I see? 5 months later, you come to me. I'm sort of your last hope. And this is what I hear. The pain medication didn't help me or made me nauseous. The physical therapy temporarily relaxed my muscles, but I still have sciatica down my leg. I still have dizziness or headaches from my whiplash. I still have tension between my shoulder blades. I feel like my spine's out of alignment is what the patients say, but nobody will send me to the chiropractor. I do this show to empower you. You get minimum $5,000 a year is the state insurance to see any health professional after you're in a car accident. You know what a lot of my patients do now that they come here? When they're in a car accident, if there's a severe injury, they go to the hospital first. If not, they come here first. You heard that right. They come here right after the accident. We will take our own x-rays. We can tell if there's fractures, if there's a whiplash. If you have $5,000, which is the minimum policy, if your accident is not that severe, you have a choice. The ambulance drivers, they tell me they've been trained to get you to take the ambulance to the hospital. That uses up $1,200 of your insurance. If you're bleeding from the nose or the head or the ear and you're out of it, take the ambulance. Don't get me wrong here. But my point is you are in control of minimum $5,000. Many people increase their coverage to $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. But that $5,000, then you go for CAT scans and x-rays and physical therapy. Then they finally come to the chiropractor, and here's what I hear. I wish I would have came here first. Adjustments and massage therapy is getting rid of my migraines and my dizziness and my spasms. I'm back to work. I feel better. But now my insurance is exhausted. I don't have any more car insurance. So I want to teach you. You do not need a referral after a car accident from your doctor to come see a chiropractor. You have the right to come either right after the hospital or before the hospital if it's not too severe. Many of you have what we call limited tort. Limited tort means you cannot get any money paid for your pain and suffering unless you're hit by a drunk driver or if you have permanent damage. So I'm trying to share what your attorney would share with you. I listen to these ads on TV. We're $600 cheaper than our competitors. When it comes to car insurance, they should run an ad showing someone in a car accident who has limited tort, minimum coverage, you could get a rental vehicle, versus someone who says, thank God that I have full tort, that I could get paid for the pain and suffering. Thank God I can take off a couple weeks and get paid by my car insurance. Thank God I have proper car insurance to give me a rental car for free, $50 a day for 30 days. Thank God I have $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 coverage, so I can see multiple doctors, physical therapy, chiropractic, x-rays, MRIs, and it's all going to be covered. Probably for $100 to $200 more per year. So remember what I said earlier. You are going to be in 6 car accidents in your lifetime. Yes, so to pay $100 to $200 more out of pocket, but to be in 6 car accidents to get back your health, to get proper care, to get money back from an attorney who's going to fight for you for your pain and suffering, it is worthwhile. So number 1, I want you to see a chiropractor if you've ever been in an accident. We will explain in more detail in the second 7 minutes why. Why is a chiropractor important? Why is a chiropractor still, in my opinion, left out of the picture? Emergency room, medicines, physical therapy. They all treat symptoms. Let's get rid of the aches and pains. But the car had $10,000 damage. The patient had a terrible whiplash. Their head hits the windshield. Their head hits the side of the window. We call it crash dynamics. I took special courses to write up good reports, 12-page reports for these attorneys, to give you a better settlement. I understand that the opposing insurance company, you know what they tell me in my depositions? It's just a soft tissue sprain, strain, no big deal. When you're here 45 years, you see the long-term results of a car accident. So if there was a whiplash injury, and then you get hit again by hitting the car in front of you, that double whiplash will cause permanent arthritic spurring and laxity of ligaments, we call it. The longer I'm in practice, the more knowledgeable I become on treating your spine, writing reports to insurance companies and attorneys. Let's take a break. Let's come back and find out why. Why should chiropractic be also involved as part of your healthcare with a car accident? So you're in a car accident, or your loved one is. There's a tendency to say, you know what? My car has $8,000 damage, but I'm okay. I'll take some Tylenol. I'll be okay. You should see what I see. Again, 45 years is a long time to be helping you beautiful people. People will come to me. My arms are numb. I have migraines and I have dizzy spells. I've gone to everybody. Orthopedic doctors and acupuncturists and you name the physical therapist. Us chiropractors is sometimes the last choice. So I take an x-ray. The neck is full of arthritic spurs at C5, C6, which is right where the whiplash occurs. If we could have adjusted that spine then, 20 years ago, let's say in a car accident, get it in proper alignment, there will be no spur formation, no arthritis, no degenerated discs. So if you're in a car accident, here's what I hear all the time. I went to the hospital. They said there's no fractures. I'm fine. It's just soft tissue. They're wrong. They're not trained properly to find what we call our subluxations. If the spine is misaligned, it causes a gentle lactic acid to form that degenerates the discs, degenerates the vertebrae. And we're talking over 10, 20 years later. Massive problems affecting your ability to work, affecting your ability to make money to pay your bills, affecting your quality of life. Do you know the people I have helped who've had migraines for 20 years since their whiplash, who close the door to birthday parties for their kids and sleep in a dark room because their migraines, they can't focus or cope with it? Don't you think it's exciting for me to adjust their spine? It might take 10 or 20 visits even. Get rid of their migraines. Now they're out there interacting with the party. They're out there working every day, paying their bills. I never want to retire because I have a passion. I know that you're afraid of chiropractors. I know that doctors will tell you, don't see a chiropractor. This is a very delicate part of the show. You have to do your research. There are some chiropractors that I do not trust. They're too rough. Patients will say to me, this guy got my neck and yanked it and yanked it. Don't you think those doctors, then those medical doctors will say to you, don't go to the chiropractor? I understand that. Find a chiropractor who will listen to you, who will say to you, because of the whiplash injury, because of 2 degenerated discs, because of spurs on your neck, I can adjust you, but I will do it gently. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to be rough. We make that first adjustment. They get off the table. You should see the relief. Doc, I was so nervous coming here because I heard all of these horror stories. They go on video TikToks and they see one guy gets a rope or a towel and he yanks people's necks. That is so dangerous. That should never be done. That is not taught in any chiropractic school. So chiropractors are specialized in adjusting the misalignments of the spine. They might seem like a small thing, but you let a little leak in your roof go for 5-10 years, it becomes a terrible leak. You let a car accident go for 5-10, 20 years, and I'll be frank with you, going on disability is no fun. You don't make much money on disability. You get bored because you sit around all day long. My patients love when I get them off of disability from an old car accident. Migraines are gone. Neck and back pain are gone. They go back to work and start making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year when they were getting $1,200 a month on disability. They find a purpose to live. As your chiropractor, I guarantee you, I pray every morning that God gives me wisdom and passion and sincerity to listen to your history, to look at MRIs, to write reports to these attorneys, to fight these insurance companies because they don't want to pay you. I just did a deposition last week for a client. The opposing attorney asks me these questions. Are you a surgeon? No. Are you a medical doctor? No. Can you dispense drugs? No. I'm a spine specialist. People see me when all else has failed. So if you're in a car accident and you're afraid to see a chiropractor, find a gentle one. Find a chiropractor who will listen to your story, give you a gentle adjustment, educate you that it's a process. You had a car accident 1 month ago, 10 years ago. You can't just get the neck and yank it back into place. Little by little by little, you transform people's lives. So if you're ever in a car accident, and I'll be blunt with you, only 11% of people who cause car accidents go to doctors. They feel because they caused it, they sort of feel guilty. They don't want their premiums to go up. Briefly, if you're in a car accident, someone hits you, your premiums never go up. But if you hit somebody and you're damaged, still get under chiropractic care. Get things in alignment so again, it'll prevent injuries in the future. So let's take a break now. Let's get ready for the third segment. I'm going to talk more about what we have to offer at this office for you. Thank you. So in this office, what can you expect if you're in a car accident? You walk in, you'll be given a case history like any other office to fill out your information. We call it your demographics, your car insurance information. We get your claim number, your claim representative, the phone numbers. You meet me then. I sit down and I ask you, tell me your story. Were you hit by a truck? I ask specifics. What was the model, the year of your vehicle? Was your seatbelt on? Were the airbags deployed? Because all of that I put in a detailed report. You never know down the road if you need an attorney. We call it crash dynamics. For example, if you're a woman, women have smaller heads, more chest weight. If they're shorter, if they're hit by a taller truck, higher vehicle like SUV, all of that causes more side impact. All those details, a seasoned chiropractor can get you a better report for your attorney. But then we'll take our own x-rays if you don't have x-rays. We want to see, on a side view, was there a lack of a cervical curve? Are the disc spaces thinner? We show you your x-rays. Medical doctors say to me, you're wasting your time. People don't know what they're looking at. I ask my patients, they're excited. We show them a normal x-ray and their x-ray so they can see for themselves. For example, we want them to keep their chins up. So if they're texting on their phone or on their computers, we tell them to raise their monitors. Now they saw their x-rays. The more the chin stays up, my disc spaces open up, helps to heal better from a whiplash injury. I have 30 people right now with concussions from some severe car accidents, even sports injuries. The medical doctors and neurologists focus on the brain, as they should. But to me, to get a concussion, there had to be a trauma to the cervical spine. So if you've had a concussion, get to the chiropractor, get proper alignment. I will ask you, what type of a technique can you tolerate? Here's where it gets personal. People will say to me, this other guy or girl, they were so rough. They really hurt me. Don't do that to me. Or they'll say to me, they didn't even adjust me, this other chiropractic office. They made me do all this fancy jumbo stuff, never even adjusted my spine. Here's what's happening in my profession. The art of listening to the patient, of giving a gentle adjustment to someone who's very sore, a more physical adjustment to someone who's younger and stronger and less sore. There's different techniques for different people. I have to tailor my adjustment to you. Every single adjustment is specific. We look at the MRIs. If someone is 75 years old, here's what they say to me. I left my past chiropractor because they've been cracking my neck for 40 years and now they're hurting me. So I told them, I'm 75 years old. Can you be more gentle? Nope. This is what I do. They don't tell that chiropractor, well, please, listen to me. Change what you're doing or I'm going to jump ship. So they jump ship without telling the chiropractor and they come here. And they are so relieved that I will listen to their story and I will make a more gentle adjustment. So the adjustment, which is adjusting the spine with my hands. If you don't want your neck cracked, we will never crack your neck then. I will ask you, if you don't want it done, we use a more gentle drop piece table. These guys who lay you on one side and crack you and crack the other side, we will more specifically, if you've been watching these shows, we measure the length of your legs. We give a much more specific adjustment. Don't think because it's more gentle, it doesn't work. I believe it's even more effective. I get people from orthopedics, physical therapists, chiropractors, and they'll say, I've been to this other chiropractor 12 times. I feel better in 2 visits at this office. A specific adjustment made exactly for your desires. So we take an x-ray, adjust your spine. Let's say you have spasms. I used to refer you to physical therapy. The physical therapist would say, don't go back to the chiropractor. So then we have our own physical therapy. I took extra courses. We could legally do it here. Electric stim, ultrasound, cold and hot laser, which are good for cartilage to rejuvenate the discs. We have a traction table to gently stretch the spine. So 90% of my practice needs a good specific adjustment. That's what many chiropractors don't give you, a specific adjustment. 10% of you do need traction, laser, physical therapy. So we have that available. We want to get 100% better if we can. If we cannot get you better, I try to be humble. I will refer you to Dr. Hanlon, epidural shots, for Dr. Lee, for ablation shots to burn the nerves, put spinal stimulators in, and even surgery if necessary. In the real world, you try your best as a chiropractor to heal the patient to 100%. But some people have pre-existing injuries, bad discs that you can never get them pain-free. You get them to their pre-accident status. Then you refer them. Refer them to different doctors. Doctors will say to me, I don't want to refer. I want to keep that insurance money in this office. Not me. We're the busiest office in town. We've been voted the best office for so many years because people know I cannot get you better. We'll get you to the point where we can. We'll refer you. They'll even go for back surgeries. They'll come back to me 2 years after surgery. John, thank you. My fusion of my cervical spine paid off. My arms are no longer numb, but I still want to be under your chiropractic care. Yes, you can see a chiropractor after back surgery. That part of the back we don't touch. You can work on. You get headaches? You've had C5 fusion? We can still adjust your upper neck. We can adjust your lower back. You've had lower back surgery. We can still adjust that part of the spine, but not directly where the surgery is. I can only say to you, I used to think years ago that I was sacrificing a lot of my free time to be in this office. The older I got, the more I realized, Lord, you know what? I wasn't sacrificing my free time. It gave me a purpose. It gave me a sense of I'm making a difference in this world. So the older I become, I am grateful to God every day that I'm here. I think I'm a better listener. I think I'm a better chiropractor after 45 years. And I pray the Lord gives me 10, 15 more years of mental, physical strength to keep doing this. So welcome to this office. Give us a call. If you've been hurt by other chiropractors, we are not all the same. Some techniques are different. But if you're in a car accident, get to a chiropractor. Proper alignment of your spine will prevent major injuries in the future. I will be here 6 days a week to serve you. Give us a call.